And then if you hit Control and left click on various parts of the field, it lets you move to that part of the field. You'll see kind of a grid pop up. So you hold Control, there you go, and that changes your zoom in point. So that gives you kind of a brief idea of the 3D settings. Now go back to the 2D settings. By going either to View 2D or that square in the left-hand corner. My computer, did you do that? My computer doesn't, okay.
Yeah, I'm in the 2D.
Okay, great. So now what you do is you left click on the player to select the player, and then you can drag that player left or right, or anywhere you want him. So yeah, just take that wide receiver and put him in the slot. Alright, so now to move that player's movements on the field. Okay, so if you look in the top right hand corner, you see he's a wide receiver under position. You see he's in a stance with his left foot forward. If he's on that side of the field, he's probably going to be in a right foot forward stance. So double click on that that wide receiver left foot forward, and just do WR right foot forward. Alright, so now you see he's in the wide receiver stance. Because he's a wide receiver, we automatically have him running out of that stance. So you don't have to change that animation. If he's a lineman, we have him blocking out of the stance. If he's a quarterback, we have him doing a 5-step drop, so on and so forth. So if you left click, so the process is, it's very similar to like Playmaker Pro. Once the player's selected, you hold Control down and you left click and move your mouse to where you want him to go. And you should see kind of a green dot. There you go. Now, if you want him to run, let's say, a post or a slant, just keep holding Control down and release the left click, and then left click again, and then you'll be able to draw another point. There you go. So now if you go into 3D mode, you'll be able to see what you just did. And hit the double arrow. Yep, exactly. And if you hit play, does that all make sense?
Yeah.
So you'll be able, so now you literally know about 90% of the software. You do that for all the guys. I'll send you a kind of best practices use for creating plays, just helpful tips, simple things like the ball starting time, and it's in the bottom right hand corner, as well as the speed. I kind of always have the lineman set to slow and everyone else set to medium. We're changing all this in the newer version of the software, so it's automatically done. But right now, it's a process. So I'm going to email you right now another thing that will make life a lot easier. And it's basically, these are what we call templates. So if you go to your email, you'll be able to download the plays I just sent.
You want me to go there now?
Yeah. And then we're going to save these in a specific file or specific place on your computer. That's fine.
3.
You may just go to your your folder and click on download. I don't know. That's weird.
Open with something else.
Or you can just do save file. That might be easier. I'll tell you where to save it. Okay, so you want to save it. Yep. Huh. Well, maybe I'll just for now, I'll let you kind of figure that out. I'll send you one file.
Okay.
That way it's a little less confusing. So go ahead and then open with, and then I'll tell you where. Browse. Yeah, we might want to just do. Okay, so go to EON Reality. SIDEKIQ. Oh, sorry. Go to your desktop. Go to Documents, so scroll down to Documents. Oh man, okay. Let's go to your this PC. Is this Windows 8.1?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it saves it in a different directory, which is kind of weird, but that's fine. So go to Documents from in here. I think that's where it's saving. EON Reality, SIDEKIQ, Play Files. And then, okay, so create a new folder here. So this is, Play Files is kind of your master directory, and then any folder you create in here it's just like saving Microsoft Word files. So whatever you want to call it, plays or pay. Okay? And then you want to put that file, that shotgun handoff left, into that plays file, folder. So just do save file, because that, yeah, that's, we don't want to open with, there's nothing to open with. Hit OK. And then you should be able to go to where your downloads are, and then right click on it, and it say show in folder. This is just what I find the easiest. Open containing folder. And then you want to put it in that folder we just made.
Okay.
So yeah, this PC, and make sure you copy it, so when you get to that folder, you know. And it's this PC, documents, EON reality, SIDEKIQ, play files, plays, and then paste it in there. Alright, so now what you do is go to SIDEKIQ, and then click that little refresh button in the top left hand corner. Yep. There it is. Now double click on that. Open that play. Alright. So now you have these are basically preset plays that we've already templated out. So if you hit play, you'll kind of see what the basic function of the play is. So if you ever know you're in a shotgun and you're handing it off, you know. Now clearly there's no defense, so you would have to import a defense. So hit File, Import, Defense, Formation, and Path. And then go to Play Files. Yep, to the right. Yep, Play Files. Plays 1.1. And then do a 4-3 defense. Open. And then click the little refresh in the bottom left-hand corner. And suddenly you can put your offensive play against any type of defensive play. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, that's basically all you need to know. How to move the guys. Oh, one more thing is the speed. So you can set the speed if you double go into 2D mode. Okay, so let's say you want to make receiver number 8, make him run a post. Make him run a post. Okay, that's great. So you see he's in a wide receiver stance, and then he goes to a run, and then the run. So both of those animations are run. Let's make him run the first part slow and the second part fast. So you can do it by moving that duration slider at the top. If you move it to the right, he'll run it slower. If you move it to the left, he'll run it faster.
So move to the left then.
So yeah, move it left and right, just so you can see what that means, and you can see in relation to everybody else. So that is really fast, and you can see that little light on the right tells you that's too fast or too slow. Or what you can do is you can double click inside the player route box. You can double click where it says medium. It's just underneath the speed. Double click on those. You wouldn't want to do the stance because that's just the stance is static, but and double click again, you'll see a drop down pop up. So you can change it like that, or if you want to change the animation, do the same thing for the run. So you can double click in there where it says run. Let's say you want him to block, I don't know. So click on that. And block is down towards the bottom. Yep. So now he's going to block from A to B, and then from B to C, he's going to run. So if you go into 3D world and you look at that, you can see him do those animations. To zoom out, just yep, right click and hold, if you will. Yep, you got it. So that's it, man. You now have about 95 99% of the software figured out. It's always easier to create plays from another template, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you all of this information so you